Hello, everybody. Welcome to SHC TV. I'm Secondhand Coke, and thank you for joining me today. Today's video is going to be a bit shorter than the other ones. I'm putting off our continuing review of With Love Megan and the handwriting analysis I'm going to do of her and the Lady C videos that I kind of started based on the book Lady C wrote, in favor of addressing the topic of today, which I think we all know what's the big news of today. If you don't, however, I'll tell you. Last night, Gwyneth Paltrow appeared in a video posted to Instagram with Meghan Markle doing a kind of Q&A where she was supposedly asking her audience, letting her audience ask her any question, and she was responding. And at the end, it was, do you have any thoughts about the video or about Meghan Markle having a beef with you or you having a beef with Meghan Markle? And Gwyneth Paltrow's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she pivots the camera and it shows Meghan sitting at Gwyneth Paltrow's kitchen table eating pie. And that's basically what happened. When this came out, I put my ear to the streets and I got a few rumors that are going around about why this happened and who's behind it, and all those things that we're kind of speculating on. Those of us who pay attention to this kind of thing, anyway. And here's what I have been told. Now, everything is rumor and speculation, so I want to preface with that. But here's what I've heard. Gwyneth Paltrow is reportedly the one who reached out and instigated this video. So this is not a PR stunt. It is a PR stunt. Make no mistake about that. But it's not a PR stunt that Meghan initiated, reportedly. People think that she did this. Paltrow created this video and, had Meghan actually sit at her kitchen table because either Ted Sarandos was calling in a favor, or it was in response to the Vanity Fair article where Paltrow was asked about, do you feel any kind of competition with Meghan with her home and lifestyle brand? And Paltrow in that interview responded, I don't know her. I've met her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about this, but I support other women in their endeavors. It is a PR stunt, but it's not necessarily, we don't know what's motivating it, because it is out of character for anybody on the A-list to actually associate with her, much less sit down with her in your house. Although it's interesting to note that Meghan is on Paltrow's territory in this video and not the other way around. So, also, the video was not initiated by WME. So nobody thinks WME plays a role in this. Paltrow's not represented by WME, so she is represented by some Canadian agency. I think that representation is relatively new. I don't know that she was with WME in the first place, but there is reportedly not a connection here with WME, except in so much as they still represent Markle for reasons that, vex everybody and nobody understands. Meghan is supposedly taking it way too seriously and is already asking Paltrow to appear on her podcast about women in business. and people believe that is going on. There's rumors that she's already asked, but whether or not Gwyneth Paltrow is going to go out on a limb with Meghan Markle to the extent that she sits down and does a whole podcast for her, most people don't think that's likely to happen. Most people seem to think that this was intended to be a way to take control of the rumors and to disconnect in a way from Meghan Markle than it was to actually connect with her. Meghan, however, obviously doesn't see it that way. And if it's true that Paltrow is the one who initiated it, Meghan had her big windfall with, Gwyneth Paltrow dropping in her lap, inviting her over, giving her pie, and offering to do this Instagram collaboration to shut down all the rumors and gossip that there's some kind of beef between the two of them. Now, do I have opinions about this video? I do. The other stuff is all stuff I heard elsewhere. This is what I think. The first thing I have a question about, I just have some initial questions about the video. The first one is, why is Gwyneth Paltrow cosplaying John Denver in this? I don't know. Has she been skiing recently in Colorado and gotten another Rocky Mountain high? If you are old enough to get the reference, then thank you for joining me in this little joke. But that aside, she's supposedly taken a Q&A and she's getting asked this question. She's probably gotten some feedback or in a negative sense from Sugars. I don't know. I've not really closely followed this, but her performance in the video is okay. It's Meghan who's chewing on the scenery with it. I mean, the problem is that Meghan had an opportunity here, a big one, to make herself more likable, and to kind of use this gift that she's been given to hitch her star to a wagon that is established and ride it on into town. But of course, instead of playing this like it's supposed to be, like it's an innocent, I'm just sitting here at the table eating pie, she looks smug. She chooses to look smug. And if you've seen the video, I'm not going to share it because I don't want to, but if you've seen the video, then you know that she makes this, Gwyneth's like, what do you know about the beef with Meghan Markle? Is that really a thing? Gwyneth says, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she turns the camera to Meghan. Meghan makes this face and this shrug, and then she turns her face away to the kitchen door or wherever, like covering the side of her face. And it just doesn't, it defeats the purpose of the whole thing. It's overacted and ham-fisted like everything Meghan does. Meghan always outplays her deck or what she's dealt. She doesn't play her hand close to the chest. She's always over the top. Subtlety is not her strong suit. I think she would have done better to make a subtle, little confused look, like vaguely confused, very light, and just kind of smiled a little bit and done a little wave at the camera and just played it like that instead of making it this whole, oh, I don't know, nothing to see here. I'm not collaborating with Gwyneth Paltrow. That's just my thought on the video itself. And again, it's an Instagram video. It's not very long, and to criticize the production values is a bit over the top. I just don't think that Meghan is playing this right, and she's not going to play it right. And having watched her closely, being initially a royal watcher, having watched her since she came on the scene with the engagement to Harry, that was when I first knew who she was. I can say that her past behavior indicates that she's not going to play this correctly. She's going to be over the top about it, and she's going to be, clingy, and I just don't. I think this is something that Gwyneth Paltrow is going to regret. And so the question is, why? What was Gwyneth Paltrow's motivation? My thought, and I want to hear your thoughts, and if you have any ideas, please put them in the comments, and we'll discuss what's going on there. But my feeling is that I don't think Gwyneth Paltrow liked being asked about Meghan in that Vanity Fair interview. I think at that moment, Meghan Markle did become on her radar. I think, and I don't think the thing is that, and I think Gwyneth was doing this to kind of shut everything down rather than what I think this is going to do, which is fire everything up. And then people are going to be asking Gwyneth Paltrow anytime she's interviewed, what are you doing here? And her comments are going to be full of this controversy. And so I'm wondering if this is Gwyneth's strategy, if her intention was to do this, treat it for what it was, which was like a 2-minute shut down the gossip video, ride out the aftermath, which, people have short attention spans, and then be free of it and not have, be tangentially Markle just because she has a lifestyle brand and Meghan Markle doesn't, or Meghan Markle is trying to start one. I don't think there's no reason for Gwyneth Paltrow to feel threatened by Meghan Markle. And I don't understand, though, why there was reason for her to overtly support her. I think that might backfire more than she's expecting, because I don't think until that came up in the Vanity Fair, that question was asked, I don't think Meghan Markle has been on Gwyneth Paltrow's radar. Because what I understand is that people in Hollywood either don't know her or don't like her. And so they don't know, they don't care, or they are inclined, they do know a little bit and they are not touching it because whatever it is, it's toxic. And it becomes the focus of your brand as soon as you get hooked up with her. People are calling this the Markle effect. Like, if Meghan Markle associates with it, people are going to buy it. People are going to make everything about Meghan Markle. And they are in the news because they do ask other celebrities. They did it with Tyler Perry in the Times article. What about Meghan Markle? And I think it's because Meghan Markle keeps things stirred up. She floats these things into the press, and otherwise, this is kind of a mystery to me. And I'm interested to hear what you think about it. So that's all that I have for you for today. I just wanted to share with you those things. And we'll see what happens and how this plays out. But give me your predictions and your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And please do meet me back here in a few days when I'll review episode 6 of With Love, Meghan. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.